Company Limited. Telephone number 767-235-2242.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money. Introducing Mo Money, NBT's new unsecured loan offer requiring no collateral. A simple, easy way to fund your 2022 with up to $50,000. Apply online or in branch today.
It's more money time.
Do everything you want to do with Mo Money. Call us at 255-2337 or apply online at nbdominica.com. More money with NBT. It's more money.
Attention! We're a go for rocket launch.
Roger.
Engines ready.
Yay, ready!
Liftoff in 3, 2, 1.
Kids, breakfast is ready.
Ooh, launch postponed.
Give yourself a strong start to the day with Dutch Lady. Milk with essential nutrients, calcium, vitamins, and protein. Dutch Lady, building strong families since 1871.
Did you love this show? Then call us at 614-3385 to find out ways you can support this program. Thank you for tuning in. Keep it locked to your genuine sound, Kyrie FM.
It's Monday. It's the 20th day of June 2022. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you're celebrating a milestone today, do so with all the energy, all the heart. It is day number 171 in the year 2022. There are 194 days left in the year to make it great. As we begin week number 25, 46.58% of the year has come and gone. Good morning to you wherever you are, the north, south, east or west. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the hang for today, Monday. It's a bright and sunny Monday morning, at least in Roseau. I hope in all other parts of Dominica. Although we welcome the rain ever so often, it's always good to go to work on a bright and sunny morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, the north, south, east or west. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the hang for today, Monday. We are wrapping up the month of June, rapidly going through the month of June, already day number 20. Very soon we'll be into the second portion of the year 2022. We do so within the first week of July, eh? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Someone's already on the telephone, on the local line. Good morning.
Good morning, and how are you?
Hey, good morning, my friend. How are you?
I am there, listening and watching what is happening, the developments in Dominica. I will not talk about the missing child and what the police did. I do not want to be involved in it. My problem is, you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
I on then?
Yes, you're on, yeah.
My problem is, on the 29th of last month, I put $270 on my lights. $270. This morning it has come down to $26.
On the 29th of last month, so in 20 days.
Month.
Wow.
Today you are 20th.
Yes.
And it has come down to $26. That is too much, man. I alone I was paying $11.89.
Wow.
What about the people who are not working? What about people who have children and they have $1 to eat? Please, government must do something with dumb like saying it's not government true, it's the gas, it's Putin and his war and his thing, I know. And plus we had the COVID and petrol wasn't selling, and so they had to jack it up to make their money to get their to get back their lost. So I am just talking like that because it hurts me. It is too much. It is too much we are paying now.
All right. I think many people will agree with you, but I know that things are being put in place to cushion and that sort of thing. All right, my friend?
Yeah. All right.
Good. You have a good morning. I think that may be a discussion we may have to have one day, but I need to, abreast myself with, if that's a proper term, with what is going on. Like, as I too, I saw a figure this morning there, and I myself, anyway. The Hang brought to you compliments the good folks at Flow Dominica, Busy Bubble Laundry, and Best Price. We'll be back right after a word from our sponsors.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy bubble laundry service on the hustle. Washing, drying, folding service. Washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies own cribs and toys. Come on, daddy, bring the bag. Dirty stains from wine and malts. Come on, man, it's not your fault. Busy Bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
Bundle, yeah. Bundle, bundle, floor. Bundle, 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 sale. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, mad. Tap up, tap up, tap up, tap up, tap up. Look at the place covered. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want.
Win big with Flow. iPads, smartphones, staycations, breakfast fare tickets, data, and over $15,000 in cash. Activate a 3, 7, or 30-day prepaid combo plan. Pay up your bill. Switch to Flow. Bundle up for your chance to win every day.
Bundle, bundle, yeah. Bundle, bundle. Bundle, 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 save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, mad. Tap up, tap up, tap up, tap up, tap up. Look at the place covered. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Look at the place covered. Look at the place covered. Do what you want. Watch what you want.
Bundle now and get a smartphone for free. Switch now.
Best Price, new and improved supermarket and home store. Wide range of grocery items, fresh produce available every day, freshly cut meat and frozen products. And visit the home store, available upstairs for all your decor for every room in your home. Convenient parking located on the riverbank. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sundays and holidays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Friendly staff, competitive prices. Best Price. Best Price, new and improved supermarket and home store.
Quick delivery is a huge stress reliever for me, and it could be for you too, wherever you are in the world. Let me explain. Quick delivery usually helps you save time by delivering food from your favorite restaurants, packages from freight forwarders, cooking gas, groceries, pharmaceuticals, beauty supplies, and much more right to your door. But listen to this. If you're in the diaspora, quick delivery can help you too. Avoid the hassle of wasting time shipping barrels where they can get the necessities delivered to your family island-wide instead. Select the items that you want at various stores in Dominica, and quick delivery will shop and deliver for you. They'll even go pay your utility bills. So much easier. Call or WhatsApp 1767-245-0529 or 1767-616-7945 for more info. You crave it, we deliver. Skip the lane and save some time with quick delivery.
Peter Pross alongside Kyrie FM, the genuine sound of Dominica, and Kyrie Song present White Top and Jeans Volume 2.
Yes, you heard right.
White Top and Jeans Volume 2, Friday, June 24th from 10 p.m. at Old Mill in Kenfield. Introducing in the left corner, the shortest, toughest, and most handsome DJ in Dominica. The ladies love his flow. Hello, DJ Slow. Introducing in the right corner, from Posse with Love, the DJ with the golden voice, the ladies man, the ladies diamond, Selector Urban. Two of the toughest DJs will be going head to head that night. Song for song, pong for pong. When the doors settle, ladies, who will be the last man standing? And from 1 a.m., we taking the vibes to the next level with the People's Band,
The Booyah Band,
the Powder Guys, hello, the Daybreak Specialist, Triple K Band, baby. The price is only $25. Security is going to be extremely tight, zero tolerance. As usual, a well-stocked bar awaits you, and the kitchen will be bubbling with enough local cuisine. So remember the date, Friday, June 24th from 10 p.m. All about White Top and Jeans, Volume 2 with DJ Snow, Selector Urban, and Triple K at Old Mill in Kenfield. Don't miss it.
all COVID protocols will be observed.
Having an event? Get a wide variety of armbands at Kyrie FM. Paper, waterproof, armbands with drink ticket stamps, plain or patent armbands, and more. Starting from 50 cents, we also sell by boxes. Have your event in style. Choose from our wide assortment of armbands. Visit our office on 42 Independence Street, Roseau at Kyrie FM for all your armbands.
Pretty
City, modern, creative, exciting. From various heat press options to detail embroidery. With years of experience in photography and design. Get full-on branding deals, t-shirts and banner printings, logos, graphics and designs, along with additional social media services. Located at 42 Independence Street, Roseau Dominica, downstairs, Kyrie FM. Call 617-2916 or printcitydominica@gmail.com.
Dominica and the Creole world, get ready for the greatest manifestation of Creole expressions. July 2022, Cadence Lipso Month. Creole Heartbeat presents the second edition of Cadence Lipso Month. Look out for fringe events, panel discussions, master classes, documentaries, interviews, workshops, memorabilia. The first ever Cadence Lipso tent and more. Culminating with the Cadence Lipso Tribute Festival at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, Fort Roseau. Friday, July 29th. Tribute to the kings of Cadence Lipso music, Midnight Groovers. Saturday, July 30. Tribute to the late great Jeff Joe. And on Sunday, July 31, tribute to the maestro, Fitzroy Williams. Cadence Lipso Month for July 2022. This summer promises to be one you will never forget. Cadence Lipso Month for July 2022. A celebration of a fusion of rhythmical patterns. Sakai Malad!
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering. How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kyrie Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need. PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050 or 612-1265. Kyrie Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
At 21 is the morning time. Someone is already back on the local line. On the local line, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I sent you a message last night. I called you so many times yesterday.
I have not seen that. I am not sure why.
Okay, I called you several times.
I will call you after the show.
Let me tell you.
Yes?
Flo is doing the same thing like Domlek, you know.
They are?
Yeah, because there's over about 6 weeks now my telephone and my television not working properly, the internet not working properly. Now I called them and they came on 2 occasions.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that now I text them because when you call them, they're not answering your call.
Mm-hmm.
Which of course is nonsense, they're not answering your call. Anyway, they came and I text them again what they told. They said, I feel your pain. That's the answer I'm getting. I feel always.
That's what the person told you. They feel your pain.
They feel my pain. I'm not to tell me because we're disabled. You know they do not that.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say they're saying they are the best service provider, health service provider, man, they're not the best service provider at all because they're not doing their work good.
So it's still not working properly?
No, No. Every time you put on the television, it's working for a while. After, you just have to go back and plug it in and restart it again.
I will call you after the show, okay?
Okay, good. Yes,
all right.
right.
Note, I don't work for Floa, but I'll call you
know,
after the
I
show.
know.
All right? Okay, then. You have a good morning. No, we are not turning today's program into a complaint show about utilities. We are not. There are certain things I could say, certain things I would not say, and that sort of thing in terms of the utility companies. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a thought. Most times, the opinions and thought about the utility companies are not good. However, I will say this. In terms of electricity, we also have to take a little personal introspection. Gas prices are rising. They have been rising for several months now, since February, and they are continuing to rise for one reason or the other. We continue to consume the same amount of electricity we have done before, and with the increase in prices, then that leads to increased bills. Make some personal introspection. Probably you have to turn off the water heater. Probably you have to use the fan less, keep your doors open more during the daytime, utilize daytime, less lights and that sort of thing. Who knows? You maybe have to make some adjustments. Who knows? You maybe have to iron less. You have to wash probably by hand every now and then. Sit down with your basin. And yes, these are adjustments, but we keep using the same thing, doing the same thing when we are not using more, but we are paying more because the cost of fuel has increased, and the fuel surcharge is what is causing these major spikes. I too have concerns, and I too look at my amount used and say, my goodness. But we have to understand that probably in the daytime we are hot, we take more showers, but when we shower we put on the water heater. We spend longer time in the shower because it is hot, but we do so under warm water. So we have to look at all these things as well. On the overseas line, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. T.
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Happy belated Father's Day to you, my
Thank
brother.
you, my friend. Same to you.
Yeah, do you have a special program this morning?
I haven't introduced my program yet, so you can go ahead.
Okay, listen, in December, a gallon of gas in America was $1.53, right?
$1.53.
Yes, right now it's $5 and something says almost $6.
My
from
goodness.
December to now. So you see how high it go?
300+%.
Yes, my another point. I hear a man talking about inquiry into why they should demand. Why? Really? That's what you want to talk about? Thanks for taking my call, Mr. T.
All right, my friend, you have a good day as well. You have a good day. Use the electric kettle less, boil water, do more things. Cut down on the things you usually do. If you're using an iron which uses a transformer, 110 voltage, these are the things we think. Look at your fridge, look at everything you use in the house, and most of these appliances, these modern ones, they tell you how much is used and that sort of thing. So let us do some introspection. Let us make some personal changes, and let us see if that can work out for us. I heard Domblek talking about hydro coming on stream in August. Let us pray that they can speed it up and bring it on stream somewhere in July, and hopefully that will bring some relief. But our ultimate goal is to see the fuel prices on the world stage go down. The fuel prices on the world stage go down, and let us pray for the geothermal project to continue to come on stream even quicker than the planned 2024. 8:27 is the morning time. I'm sure many of you would have heard by now that on Saturday, abductor, the man accused or the man who abducted the young child from her home in Warner, was shot and killed by the police on Saturday afternoon. The Deputy Commissioner of Police gave a statement in which he explained what transpired in the Layu Park area. The abductor is no longer among the living, and we continue to pray for the safe return of this young girl. 12 years old, the assumption, the possibility that she is out in the wilderness all alone and by herself plays on the hearts and minds of many Dominicans. And we are just hoping, like what transpired some years ago. After 45 days, I heard the grandmother of the victim then speak with Simeon on Saturday. After 45 days in the wilderness, the young girl was found. We're praying for the safe return in less time this time around. I am not here to cast judgment. The abductor is no more, and he is in a place where judgment will be cast upon him. We are not the ones to do so. However, I am not here to sympathize, humanize, or martyrize the abductor. This is someone who kidnapped in the dead of night a young girl who should have been comfortably sleeping in her bed, who should have been preparing for exams later this week. And the child remains out there, yet to be found. People question the reasoning why the police took such action. We were not in the bush. We have no idea. I take the statement of the Deputy Commissioner as a truthful explanation of what transpired. People are questioning the length of a cutlass, and if 3 feet is the length of a cutlass, are we serious in this country? Are we serious that some quarters in society are not concerned about the safe return of this child, but they are now concerned and have made into a hero the abductor? And this is not done in any human way. This is done just because of political affiliation. And if this is what we have in 2022 in some people, then it is sad. Simeon had a very good next level program on Saturday where he presented certain facts and people called and expressed themselves. I heard the grandmother of a victim call and give her story. But there are some who called wanting the police to be interviewed, and this absolute rubbish cannot continue. While I'm behind this microphone from 8 in the morning till 10 o'clock, I will in no way tolerate any semblance, any desire, any indication that the abductor is being humanized, turned into a hero. I understand that he was someone's child. the parents now have to live with this legacy of their dead son. That is a cross they have to carry, they have to bear going forward. But to seek to humanize, to forget that this little girl is still missing, is totally unacceptable and will not be tolerated when I am on radio. Okay? If you want to question the length of a cutlass, go and measure all cutlasses in Dominica. You want to humanize, you want to make into a hero? Go and do what you have to do. But our primary concern, as should be the primary concern of everyone, is the safe praying for, hoping for, willing the safe return of the young girl to the comforts of her home so she can begin receiving the treatment she needs, the treatment she will need for a long time, the comfort she will need for a long time. This is what is important to me. On the local line, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Philip Lavier.
Yes? Hello? I'm not too sure what is going on there. Now, I use the word hero. And last week, I heard a statement where a certain gentleman was seeking to vilify the Prime Minister, talking about the Prime Minister trying to be a hero in this situation. And, you know, sometimes I wonder why certain people say certain things. What is their motive? What is their reasoning for saying certain things? A hero is someone who is admired for their courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. That is the basic definition of a hero. Someone who puts themselves forward as a hero most times is not truly a hero. Someone who talks about their heroism but can present no facts is not a hero. So if you claim you brought in containers of stuff that nobody saw and nobody seen, and you did not talk about it, well, you're talking about it then because your mother told you not to do so. No one can prove you are this hero that you are now presently claiming to be. If you think that being a hero means that a deal has to be made and someone has to step down so you can assume their position, and you say that with such a smile, the happiest you have ever been when you think about that, you are not a hero. But when you approach Roosevelt Skerrit, while the ravages of a Category 5 storm are raging, that's when you pick up your phone and call. You know who a true hero is. When at 3 o'clock in the morning, you are able to call his phone and he responds even if he sees it's you. To deal with a situation, Sam Christian, you know who a hero is. When you are in the custody of police, in a foreign country because of your mauvais langue, and you call and he answers, and you call senior counsel, even if you describe him in the worst ways, you know who a hero is. We know the true value of our hero. You, because of what you have done in the past, have demonstrated. You have demonstrated who you know to be a hero. So let us celebrate our hero. He is our hero because of all what he has done and he continues to do. And at no time will you ever be able to step in his shoes. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Sir.
Good morning, my dear. How are you?
Oh, praise the Lord. I'm
Amen.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not talking about the hero, you know. We're not talking about the hero. That would be one more. Because for 20 years, my Prime Minister is a hero. And if this is one more that they're claiming that will cause him to be a hero, you know, that God bless, you know. That is a lot to be hero for. Because he's 20 years a hero.
And
so
more. And more.
And very good. So then now, if they want to give him another accolade to be one more, praise the Lord.
Amen.
Have a blessed day. They cannot do him nothing. They can say what they want, what had to happen, happen. But then the child is still in the bush. Have a blessed day, Mr. Teeth.
All right, then. You have a blessed day. My friend, you have a blessed day. So, we know. We celebrate. He is our hero. He is your hero because in times of trouble, you call him. Okay? In times of trouble, you call him. On the local line, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Steve.
Good morning. I am good. How are you?
Good morning. I am good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Let me tell you. They're just reminding the Dominican people that the Prime Minister is a hero. That is what they are reminding us.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I agree with
That
you.
is what they are reminding us. They say it in their terms, but they are reminding us that Prime Minister is a hero. A hero. And he's my hero. You understand? So it doesn't matter what they say, not going to bring him down. They are just trying to say things and they doesn't put meaning to the things they are saying. They doesn't understand the things they are saying. But for me, they are just reminding us that he is our hero. Calling from Upper Penville. He is my Prime Minister. He is my parent. Have a blessed day, Mr.
You have a good day as well, okay? You have a good day as well. All right? He is our hero. Okay? And no amount of vilification, no amount of bad words and mauvais langue will change that. On the local line, good morning.
Yes, brother Daryl, Mr. Tit.
Fireman, how are you? Happy Father's
Well,
Day.
I'm giving thanks for life, health, and strength, Daryl. Daryl, right now we have some serious problems. Good morning to River Nick and the world also, Daryl. Daryl, well and truly, as the lady just said, I give it 200% because why? Top of a start today, Palais, because Daryl, a hero is a life changer. Somebody who come and change the life of humanity and human being. You see me? Marcus Garvey was a hero. Bob Marley is a hero, and also he was a hero because he was there physically. You know what I'm saying? All great people that passed and changed the life of humanity in the world, they are heroes. But Top Up would never, ever, ever be a hero. Because I listened to a clip of Top Up play there from Mr. Brother Simeon on Saturday night. I don't even listen to the clip yourself,
Yes,
Mr. Brother.
I heard it.
You hear that, Daryl? And first time I mean, let's get it real, Daryl. 2022, my lord. Top Up, I tell you already, you see, worst opposition leader that ever passed. Right now, we passed. He's the worst in the world because world boss is the world boss. So he's the last person in the world. So he's the worst opposition passed in the world. First time I hear a man speaking garbage like that. My lord, let's get it real, Top Up. If it's a human being and you have your wife and your children, you have your family, you're in charge of your place. But no, we elect and we employ our prime minister and our government. Now, the prime minister is the prime minister of, I call him Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, and Fireman say he's the world boss. Nobody can stop that. You know what I'm saying? He is the prime minister of the country. Anything happening in the country to deal with humanity outside of the country, to interact whatsoever, you have to deal with the world boss. If you have your business in your home or in your yard, that has nothing to do with the world boss. But if you kill somebody, if you fighting somebody and blood outside, you have to call the police, which means the police have to come in. So which means now, the government always have a say in our life and in our country. So anytime no politician, fake politician, who trying to be politician come and talk gay garbage, you know, making no sense. Because our problem in our country, my lord, the country cannot even quite itself, you know. We the people have to build that country. We the people have to do the thing for the country and for the people. It cannot do nothing for itself. It's like a living dead without moving it. You know what I'm saying? So when people trying to get a little job, so when you watch about them good, really and truly, as you say, and it's real, all them people in the labor family who in government, all of them qualify, you know, Daryl. You are telling you, even they out of government, they can get a job, you know. Top Up is a leader of his fake, or they call it counterfeit opposition party. And Top Up say he send 100 or 150 applications. Top Up never find a job because Top Up don't have no qualification. Top Up don't qualify. You check in, all Top Up having him, as Edison say, you need somebody that qualify to be a leader of the country. But because Edison them know their business and their garbage, what they doing, they malice, and you know Top Up is very involved in his garbage. So he's checking the only way he can get his thing running for him, you have to elect Top Up. You know what I'm saying? But not Edison, no Top Up, cannot never be a prime minister of no country. Because not a supermarket or a restaurant or a fish market, I just say that there. You know what I'm saying? This is a country of all different people living, my lord. We have to get it real. You know what I'm telling you? Top Up talking about young people. All you just all organize all the community or whatsoever all you organize. All you have a young man master, there's not one young person living inside. You say about young people going to have hope, have patience, you can help. Partner, you jam a person child. Don't forget that. And talking about the love of humanity. You jam a person child. The lady call on Simeon program. Up to right now, we are sticking the Top Up. You never call the auntie, nor the cousin, nor the parent, nor the nene, nor the godfather. Nobody never call them up to now. You love humanity. And the person still suffering because of the same accent you give to them as the auntie say. Partner, get yourself real. I tell you already know. I don't take much time because I have my program just now. Because Carrie have a program advertising now. Pay your money and you're inside. You know what I'm saying? So I tell him, Top Up, this country is our own. Now is our time to shine. There is no stopping us, my lord. There is no stop. That river, they call it River Nika, they call it Dominica, they call it River Nika. This is a garden that's full of riches and gold. We, the people, have no cover mind. So they all going around and talking and walking and talking about garbage. Prepare your people, or you have enough land or something. Bring them to work. Prepare things. Do, create, organize, centralize. And then, when the leader don't do nothing, then you can come and talk. So, he is a hero, and he'll remain a hero, and he's a world boss. And he's the prime minister of Rivernican. I don't think world boss have to look for no child, because world boss don't have to look for no child. The chief of police have to look for no child. It's the people and the police and them and whosoever involved. And well, glad, well, and truly, as people talking the garbage. It's a good thing. It's them police that find that brother there, because if it wasn't them police and some other people that was in the bush and find me said that 3 feet machete, which is 36 inches, and don't forget about the handle. You know what would happen inside the bush? You know, people could destroy inside there. So everything happens for a reason and purpose. We don't need the princess, and I know for a fact the princess is by herself. Whosoever involved in the person child and as the person child, Bring the child to the family and to the government. Make us our country. Make the little dark cloud get over our country, my lord. Because we're suffering because of that arrogant, bad mind, malicious, wicked people who involved in the wickedness. Because every human being involved for their own responsibility. Take out all the darkness of our country. World boss, good morning to you. You safe and sound. The world love you. You is a hero. Nobody can stop that. Because you have put yourself there. We'll have put you there. So he's our hero. Mr. Moses, my original lawyer, not there physically, spiritually there. Sister Stephanie, same speed, same way. Original big brother, what? Mommy, Meredith, my mommy, nothing, St. Martin, I big up all along the same way. And Mr. Parker, good morning to you. You know what I'm saying? And Sister Rosalind Dubla and all the Labour family, the whole real family in the Labour family, the world listening to we. And we have a country to build. Now is our time to shine. We're flying in living colors. There is no stopping us. And the Sillingford sisters coming from Maminoti, good morning to all you same way. Up and running, Daryl. This is our country. There is no stopping us. Now is our time to shine. Top up, you have no credit left. Fireman running, blessed by give my 2 cents.
Thank you, Fireman. You have a good morning. You know, he is our hero. We will not stop saying it. We will say day in and day out. Because we know what he has done for us. A hero does not knock down a child in the street and turn his back and say he hears someone was chasing the child. A hero does not run away, go off Duiveyin after a storm, leaving your family to fend for themselves, that someone has to come to help out, fall off your roof, and you say nothing. A hero does not throw his wife under the bus. Hero does not do those things. And it's only heroes who get the Jose Mati Award. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Vadu. Sakafet.
I'm good, I'm joyful. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much. How are you? Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, according to Fireman World Boss and my pal rep, we were on the promenade. Good! I get my big hug, I got my compliment. Really? One day, World Boss is my boss. He's my hero. Well said. And I'm a laborite, and I have to support labor. Okay, I'm not there to decale labor. And I'm not a caller that will call and want things my way.
Vado?
Yes.
Stop.
We will talk.
Vado?
But
Stop.
I am there to support you no matter what host is you, anybody, all of you. I am there. And I make sure I call to say that I am there listening to you all. And I don't put in things my way. I'm listening. So some of us have to stop labor rights. We have to stop our nonsense. Okay, and support our party. And don't declare our party just to be heard and to be relevant. And I think I will start praying because they're praying forward, but
Vado,
they need to be
Vado,
covered by the
Vado. Listen to me, okay?
Yes, I listen
Can
to
you
you,
move
you know.
away from that, please?
Yes.
Good. All right. No more on that. All right. I get what
you
you
said.
said.
Nice day. I'm listening.
All right then, Vado.
Okay?
You have
And
a
PM is my hero.
indeed.
Bye.
On the overseas line, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tito.
Good morning, Auntie Sakafet.
Well, Auntie La, Kakuti. I know you make me happy. You always make me happy and proud every day. You know, Auntie Lodo have a little flat. Every day you like Spinotti. Why is his name there? Because every day I hear you, that's garlic longer.
Thank you, Auntie.
Anyways, how is the family? How was
Everybody is fine. Father's Day was good.
Anyway, Soko, good morning. I got to hear your voice this morning, Soko. And the brain and Mr. Mills, good morning. And Mr. Albert and Raskin. Let me tell you that Miss nephew. Yeah. They did have the opposition. Oh, this man and myself, I don't know, I cannot stand that man. No. I cannot honestly stand that Lincoln there. Lincoln, let me tell you what is a hero. You see, a hero, our Prime Minister is a hero. A hero is the one that kind of, had to rock for the rebels with a no shot on his back from vehicles to Loto. Okay? To go and look for help for his people in Dominica. This is what a hero does.
And Auntie, fix your phone. I can. You're sounding a bit muffled. Fix your phone a bit.
Let me call on the earphone. Let me call on.
No, you're better now. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I say hero is after Maria. Maria didn't finish it. It's still at the in all the rebels in the streets. My Prime Minister had to work from vehicles. He don't know something but left full self in the streets. But there's no to demand. Let's go in his street. Okay? To go to seek help. Go to seek help to help us in Dominica. Alright? Look after Erica. When Erica passed. You know what her hero does after from 57? That man had to make a whole new village again for these people. That is what a hero does, Linton. And Linton, you want to vex you upset, you can feel upset. Because you want to be in pain. But you're not a people person. The whole world know that. For yourself. Our Prime Minister is a people person to care for the people of our country. And yes, like it or not, Linton, he is going down in the history book of Dominica, our Prime Minister, as our hero. And you do, and it will be in the history for your children, your second, your third generation to see. And that is what we cannot stand. He is our hero. And you will be in the history book, Linton. 20 years as the opposition leader have nothing to show for it. That is what your generation will be reading. Shameless man. Mr. Tin?
All right then, Auntie. You have a good morning, okay? You have a good morning. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, bro. I am good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful, taking in the program.
Mm-hmm.
But Daryl, this morning I must say I'm very disturbed and very disappointed by the comments and I hear, I see on Facebook and, from what I hear on the other radio station. And I think that this, it is very unfortunate that these people have chosen to, some people have chosen to really make a mockery or insult of the a mockery of the plight of this little child, because right now they are shifting the conversation away from the importance and the urgency of finding this child to trying to take this guy, this kidnapper, to martyrdom, and I'm hearing all kinds of questions being asked about the police, about the length of the cutlass, and he was unarmed, he was led to death, man, all kinds of nonsense, Darren. All kinds of nonsense. These people have completely forgotten about the child.
That is true.
They have. The child is still out there somewhere. Waiting to be rescued. And the whole discussion this morning is about the guy. I wouldn't call his name. The person who took this little child's freedom away, right? The person who might have scarred her for life.
Yep.
Right. And we are hoping and praying that she's alive. We don't even know. And these guys are spending the time this morning, my brother, trying to cast doubt on the police's statement, and trying to making these guys a matter. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with all these people in Dominica, man? What?
Go ahead, Comrade. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask this simple question. Is there nothing that can bring out any ounce of decency in these guys?
That is a good question, because you expect human beings, right, who's supposed to have a heart in the chest, to have some decency, to have some compassion, to have some empathy, right? And that just tells you, Darren, that this guy never cared about the little child. Because if you can so quickly shift your focus, right, from the child who is still missing, and bringing up all kinds of fabrication, all kinds of stories and conspiracy about the situation. You didn't care about the child. You never did. And what do they expect to gain from this, Darren? Tell me. What do they expect to gain from this?
Good question. Comrade, are you there? Hello?
Yes.
Yes. The wind became very loudy there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead now. Much better now.
Yeah, I mean, you and I both know what it's all about, right? They have a twisted and dark obsession with trying to, find something to criticize the Prime Minister and the Labour Party about, right? Even if it doesn't make any sense, but that is the objective, Darrell. And I really, really, really wish that people they could stay focused, right, and find some love in their hearts, and concentrate on what is really important, what is really urgent, what we all Dominicans need to be worried about is how quickly we can find this child.
Indeed.
That's what I hope and pray, Darrell. Thank you very much, my brother.
My friend, thank you very much for your contribution here. The attempts to humanize and to make into a matter this individual whose legacy will forever be that in his last 11 days on earth, he caused the state to be in panic. Children in Bells did not want to go to kitchens by themselves to get water. And a child is still out there, unheard from, not knowing where she is. Countless hours spent in the forest, in the bush, searching, looking for this child. It is not unfortunate that the police killed him. The police were doing their job. And attempts to vilify and demonize the police, again, it is no surprise coming from certain quarters. They were the ones who wanted to stone the police. They talk about birthday celebrations. What about these Duiveyin in Roseau? The child was abducted on Tuesday. On Wednesday morning, they were in Roseau, Duiveyin. They did it again last week. They claim they will do it again this week. idle people with nothing to live for, nothing to show for their value on earth at this time. And then we talk about hero. Roosevelt Skerrit is our hero. He is our hero. He continues to be our hero. And there is tangible, countless proof of his heroics for the people of Dominica. On the local line, good morning.
Daryl.
Hey, good morning, Senior Minister.
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good, my friend. I'm good. How are you? Happy Father's Day, man.
Fine. I don't know. This line is bad.
Yes, but I can hear you very clearly. Very, very clearly.
You hearing me?
Very clearly, Senior Minister.
All right. Well, my phone is getting trouble, but if you can't hear me, that's fine.
Yes.
Daryl, I trust that you had a great day yesterday.
Yes, sir, I did.
And I know that all the fathers in Dominica, as little as it was, that they appreciated whatever their families or their communities or the society did in recognition of the tremendous contribution that some of us are making to family life and to the society as a whole. Daryl, but I want to use this opportunity really to compliment and to congratulate all the Dominicans who prayed, who sent flowers, who went in search, and who said complimentary things about the young lady who has been adopted and is still missing. It's unfortunate that the perpetrator, the abductor, the kidnapper, call him what you want, succumbed to his injuries before. And the police said that there's some information that he gave to them that they don't have. So none of us know what this information is. And I really, really need to compliment the police for the resilience, for the consistency, and for the sacrifices that they had to make with their families to go out there on this 11 or 10 research to try to bring this child home. And I'm sure that all of us would have preferred him to be alive so he could lead us if he would be so inclined to where that child is. But it is what it is. This guy was, based on his own parents, his own family, he's a dangerous guy. This guy is a violent guy. This guy began his episode by attacking his brother-in-law, whatever it was, his pastor, with a cutlass, injuring him. The mother in the interview has called on the police, criticized the police for not having to shoot the guy, that they didn't shoot him in his foot, when that she herself feared for her life. The communities of Bells and Warner, they were terrorized by this guy. You understand? And so the police had to be very, and the guy was armed. Well, he found him with a cutlass, but we don't know what other arms that he had. So this guy was armed and dangerous. And he demonstrated that he's a dangerous fellow. And so the police had to take all precautions necessary, particularly in light of the attacks that have been launched against the police by a certain section of the society, calling for stoning of the police, calling for people to disrespect the police, for calling on people to defy the police, for putting a wedge between the police and the society. And obviously, after constant indoctrination, after constant repetition, there are some people there in our communities who would yield and who would agree with these voices and have no regard for the police. So while these people are out there, and we know these people, they're the minority, but it's a significant minority because they represent about 13,000 people. If the results of the last election means anything to anybody. And when these people speak, they speak for the people that they represent. When Roosevelt Skerrit speaks, he speaks for the Labour Party supporters. He speaks for the country. Because he's the government. He's the Prime Minister. He's the head of state. And so when these opposition people speak, when the leader of the opposition speaks, he speaks for the supporters of the United Workers' Party. And if nobody from the United Workers' Party comes out to disagree with what he says, it means that they agree with what he says. So he speaks for them. I mean, when you reduce, when you have to take issues with the Prime Minister, who has made the search and the return of this girl a top national priority by taking over the operations himself for all reasons. And you want to criticize him for that, it means that you have put a very low premium on the child, and the search for the child, and the outrage and the outcry by the majority of the Dominican people. Because the Prime Minister put maximum premium, the same premium he put on this country after Hurricane Tropical Storm Erica, the same premiums he put on this country after Maria, when he as Commander-in-Chief took over the operations, and he treated the missing child fiasco with that level of seriousness that he believed that it should be handled by the chief commander. And Lennox Linton and the United Workers' Party criticizes him for making this child so important. And then they're turning now this guy, who everything I've said, making him the hero and making him the victim. Now, if they're making him the victim, then that means that the child is reduced to the one who should be crucified. You hearing me, Daryl?
Yes, indeed, I am. Mm-hmm.
If the gentleman is now being portrayed as a victim, is now being portrayed as a martyr, is now being portrayed as a hero, then in what category, where do we put the child? Because there can only be one victim and one perpetrator. Are we saying that the guy has now been elevated to the victim, so the child now becomes the perpetrator? Is that the message I am asking that, and you help me, my brother?
Well, they have turned that, they have made it seem that way.
You still hear me clearly?
Very clearly, sir. Very clearly.
So a certain section of the society has turned this missing baby, this missing princess, into the aggressor, into the perpetrator, because the gentleman is now the victim, and he's now the hero. Daryl, I'm not sure if I'm making sense to you.
Yes.
So, Daryl, while we on the search for, and I'm confident, my faith tells me that that child will be found and will be returned alive. But how do we prepare as a country to receive her when she returns? Because clearly, this young child has been through an ordeal. And I suspect not only that incident, but we need to go back and see how she lived. The child has no mother. Her mother disappeared. I have not heard much about the father. And I heard she was living with her grandmother. Mm-hmm. And I'm hearing now that the parent in the interview with Matt is confident that the child will be brought back when the moon starts going down. Jesus. He's only holding her temporarily for his comfort.
What does that mean?
They're holding the child, the people are justifying and smiling that the child was abducted to be this gentleman's comfort. What does that mean? And the mother says that he's of a violent nature, that she herself is scared when the thing on him. She's scared. And she has criticized the police for not having shot him in his leg on some occasions when he had been terrorized in the community. And then you have this young baby taken away by this violent man who is armed, who the mother is scared for, who his family is scared of him. They're afraid of him when anything on him. And you feeling comfortable to say that he took the child for his comfort? Is that how they cool him down? That when the thing on him that he needs a comforter, and this child now is his comfort, mm-hmm. and when the moon start going down, she will be returned safely. How do you know that? Has it ever happened before? You hearing me, Daryl?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Senior Minister.
Has it ever happened before? Has she ever taken to be his comfort when the thing on him? Because I know the first time the thing on him. Is that what we're saying? And the opposition under Lennox Linton and the United Workers' Party, they have reduced this thing to a political joke. No empathy, no feeling. And that you say, carried up plenty dogs in his cabinet, so let's carry dogs go and look for the child. That is what you have reduced a young child who has been abducted, who's missing, and you said she's been taken by a madman to be his comfort, and you're confident that she's safe, that she's okay. She calls the guy uncle, and she's safe, and she's okay. And when the moon go down, he will bring her back. My brother, and you're reducing the search for this young lady to a political joke. That is how the United Workers' Party is responding to what we consider to be a national crisis, to a matter that the Prime Minister has placed on the top of his agenda, that he has made himself in charge of that operation to bring that child home safely. And you're not bothered because you know she'll come back when the moon starts going down, so why you worry? What are you guys worried about? She'll come back? You see I'm going there? Will?
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
And that means that we have a problem, my brother. And the services and the churches and the schools, we have to do an in-depth understanding of that child. What has that child been going through behind closed doors? Because it's only this incident, because of the chopping and the maiming, that this matter is now being discussed and she was kidnapped. But was there not a chopping and was not there an injury to the other gentleman? Would we have been discussing that? Would we know about these things?
Exactly.
Daryl, you hearing me?
Yes, I am, Senior Minister.
And you, these people out there, of course you would like to get the guy alive. Of course the police said they shot for his leg, which is what the mother was suggested to the police, that when he's in that violent mood and when people start making requests, he's a dangerous man, so you must shoot him in his leg. Don't kill him. And there was no issue of killing the gentleman because we know that he's a valuable asset, a valuable witness to resolving this matter. And the police haven't been threatened. The police haven't been totally disrespected by the opposition. The police who have been attacked by the opposition. The police where the population, the country has been told by the opposition that when the police comes to interfere in solving issues like that, you must stun them. You must maim them. You must hurt the police. My brother, Daryl, you hearing me?
I am hearing you, Senior Minister.
Daryl, it's unfortunate. And that is what our country has been descended in. And now you're making a whole political. My brother, go and walk the streets, not Roseau. You can't win no election in Roseau. Go to the communities, promote yourself as a party, tell the people your plans and your program. That is how people win elections. Go and help some people in need. That is how you win elections. You can't win election by taking everything in this country and turning it into a talk show and turning it into a political issue. This is not a political issue. This is an issue where a 12-year-old child is missing for 10, 11 days. That's an issue where the Prime Minister has placed on the top of his agenda. That's an issue where the police and concerned citizens are in the bush for 10 days looking for this young child. This is an issue where the world itself has focused on Dominica because it's not very often you hear about children being kidnapped in Dominica. This is an issue where the man who has abducted his child is a madman according to his family. That when the moon is high, he is violent, as was proven in this case. And when the moon goes down, he's calm and he'll bring the child back when he's ready. Once the moon go down and he get better, he'll bring back the child. Don't worry, the child is safe. I tell all you, the child is safe. Because the guy took the child for his comfort. Mm-hmm. My brother, do you know how deep that goes?
Yep.
The man took the child for his comfort. Because the thing was on him. And when the thing come out on him, he will bring the child back. Mm-hmm. My brother, do you know the torture that child must have been going through? Do we understand the stress that this child may have been under even before this incident? And men want to politicize that and talk about the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister is a natural hero, my brother. The Prime Minister does not have to prove that he's a hero to the Dominican people. The world has recognized him as a hero, my brother. These universities have bestowed high accolades on him because he's a hero for poor people, for human rights. This man has been proven by the Cuban people, in spite of the fact that you have some who have insulted the Cubans, for bestowing the highest award on the Prime Minister, but he's recognized by the Cuban people as a hero. He's recognized by the financial community as a hero in terms of his management of the economy. That is why the EU and the World Bank and the IMF, they love him so much, because he has proven to be a hero in terms of prudent financial management and management of our economy. He's a hero to the people who made housing available too. He's a hero for the number of students he has given an opportunity to be something in this life. He's a hero for his efforts at improving our medical care, and a bigger hero for his management of the COVID crisis. And we know what that is. So of course, he doesn't have to prove to anybody that he's a hero. He is a hero, my brother. And some of us are attempting to remove that stripe and to block that. But that can never be blotted. The reign of Roosevelt's carrot, the positive things he has done, and the turnaround he has made to our country can never be blotted out of the pages of history of this country. But to go back, and we'll deal with that, but to go back, Darrell, I really continue to pray for the salvation of that child. But I'm very concerned the environment in which that child is. I'm concerned about the environment in which she was abducted. And I'm very concerned about how she's going to continue her life when she's returned to Dominica, when she's returned to the community. Because based on all the evidence that I have analyzed, that young girl seems to have had a difficult time, bringing it. I will stop here for now before I get emotional over that matter. It is a matter to be emotional about. It's a matter to be truthful and real about, and that's the reality. That's the reality, Darrell. And we have to face the reality. And this is political goons. This political assassin must reflect, have some empathy. Not sympathy, have some empathy. Have some feeling, my brother. I know it's not normal, because they have demonstrated in the past that they don't feel for people. They have cursed elderly people. They have insulted and criticized senior citizens. They have insulted young people. Every class of people have insulted the Kalinago people. Every class of people in this country have been insulted and ridiculed and made mockery of by the United Workers' Party. And today we have a situation where you have a 12-year-old child who has been missing from the comfort of her home for 12 days. And they make it a mockery of this situation by turning it into a political issue, by demonstrating a lack of sensitivity for the fate of this young child. And they have now turned the villain, they have turned the perpetrator into a hero, thus reducing the effects of this ordeal on the child in her innocence. In her innocence was abducted by this criminal, according to his family. And they have made the child second place. And they have made the perpetrator first place and made him the center of the debate. Good morning, Darrell. Thank you very much for giving me that opportunity. And I hope I didn't change the tone of your program.
No, you didn't.
But I had to make this point because it's been bugging me for a couple of days, and I had to let it off my chest. I didn't intend to offend anybody, and I stuck with the truth. Nothing added, nothing subtracted. Thank you, Darrell. Good morning. God bless.
Thank you very much, Senior Minister. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Darrell.
Good morning.
Yes. I really don't think it was any intention of the policemen to kill the young man. They always intended to bring him in alive so they could have find the child. But to tell you the truth, two questions I would like to ask. If the mother claimed that she was for his comfort, I want to know if she's a purpose or a dollar. she's a living, breathing human being with rights.
What does she mean by comfort?
That is what I want to know. How can a 12-year-old comfort someone with a problem like this? Then the other question I would like to know, when the police, she said when the moon was coming down, he would bring back the child. Saturday when the police met him, how come he didn't have the young lady bring him back at her home to her family? That is what I would, because by Saturday the moon was going down. Tuesday was full moon. So by Saturday the moon was going down. How come he didn't have the young lady with him? That's all I would like to know. Thank you, Daryl.
All right, my friend, you have a good morning. On the overseas line, good morning.
Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning.
And happy belated Father's Day.
Happy
belated Father's Day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Just to piggyback on what Senior Minister said and what the previous caller said, taking the child for comfort. Is that something that happened already and it's just a reoccurrence? You know, that in what the mother said, Daryl, I need you to keep repeating that. Take the child for comfort. Because to take someone for comfort is something that you always do. You know that is his comfort. And you know when the moon is full, he brings her back. You get what I'm saying, Daryl?
Mm-hmm.
So there is more to this that we know. I think they need to question the loved ones, all parties, all players in that, scenario need to be questioned, included the adoptive parents. Because Daryl, a 12-year-old is missing.
Yes.
From the 8th, and they still haven't found it yet. And Daryl, if you go in the forest of Dominica, you might not find your way back. Look at the 12-year-old child.
But I going down the road and sometimes I lose in.
I know. I get lost all the time. Even if I can read signs, I still get lost. I get disoriented. You get what I'm saying, Daryl? This child happened. We're not too sure when last that child drank some clean, decent water. And that is vital. Food, you could stay without food, but you see water, the human body needs some sort of liquid between a 3-day span. And these people need to come out and let the police know what they know. Because if that child is not going to be found, they need to be persecuted for it. I'm sorry to say it, because it's nothing to be celebrating this guy's life when he did something really bad. I have children, I have girls. My youngest one is 14, Daryl. And if she goes, God forbid it, I will lose my mind. We are losing our mind in the diaspora, knowing that this child is missing. And these people is celebrating this guy's life. Come on, man. Even want to know the size of the cutlet? Oh, come on.
Well, partner, I
drink some water.
All right, my friend. I myself, you You too, my friend. You too, my friend. All right, man. You too. You have a good day. People come talking about the size of cutlass and this sort of thing. On the local line, good morning.
Good morning, Darrell.
Hey, good morning, Senior Counsel. Good morning.
Well, let me start off by putting things in context, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you follow regional news, you keep hearing about police exchanging gunfire with criminals, and one shot dead, one wounded, and so on. And being familiar with the regional news, I think our police force has probably the lowest rate of the use of firearms against anybody suspected of a crime.
Indeed. Mm-hmm.
And we have living examples of it. During the Roseau riots, when, to use the words I've heard you and Simeon say, it is alleged that gunfire and stones were thrown at the police during the riots in Roseau. Nobody got killed.
True.
When you look at the videos of the Salisbury riots orchestrated by the United Workers' Party and the missiles, including the firebombs that were thrown at the police, I don't recall anybody being killed. There was one fellow who said he got shot in his foot, and the explanation of the police was that it was a defensive situation or whatever situation, accidental situation or whatever it was. But he wasn't killed. When the Marigot Road and bridge was blocked, nobody got shot or killed by the police in seeking to clear the road. I have always said our police force appears to be one of the most patient or disciplined police forces when it comes to the use of fire. And I can share this with you, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
There is a case pending in the High Court in which businesses have sued the police and the government for not taking sufficient action against the rioters and the looters and those that were stealing after Hurricane Maria. And the police essentially said the only way we could have done it was to shoot and kill people on site. And they were not authorized to do that by the regulations which govern their use of firearms. They are only entitled to use firearms in defense of self whenever they are threatened or they believe that they are threatened by somebody who may well be armed, him or herself. So we have had numerous examples of the police showing extraordinary discipline and restraint. And that is why I 100% believe the explanation of the police. And if you really want another reason why I fully support and endorse the explanation by the police, is because the police would have known that he viciously attacked the stepfather of the child and who was hospitalized because of the attack on him. And there may well be other pieces of intelligence and information gathered by the police about this man's temperament and nature and the sort of person that he is. And why should a police officer who's risking his life going through the jungle for days searching for this child and this man who abducted her by force of arms, not by peaceful means. He didn't give a popcorn, you know. He used a cutlass.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Why should the police decide not to defend themselves? I mean, what sort of reach would somebody that size like he had with a 3 feet machete or cutlass have? What, the police were supposed to wrestle him to the ground? So I just find it disgusting that the United Workers' Party are peddling this information. about heroism and their supporters calling for state funeral for the fella and stuff. And then I stopped getting angry because I realized that the United Workers' Party has sealed their function as an asylum for lunatics, the lawless, and the predators.
Safe haven for criminals.
For criminals. Because you know why? Thompson Fountain told us years ago, when they were going through the constituencies, fellas told them they were fully armed, they wanted guns. They wanted guns to kill Chinese and Haitians, and he did nothing about it.
That is true.
He never went to the police. He never said, I told them, fellas, you got to stop that nonsense. What are you talking about? These people have the right to be here. I would have no doubt he would have either created the friction in his head because it suited the narrative, or he encouraged them. The constant adoration of persons. They're rioting. Everybody saw what was happening. We saw what happened in Salisbury. The police have charged those people who they believe were involved or who led the incitement. And suddenly they're victims. And they have GoFundMe to raise money for themselves. They are setting an example for the lawlessness in this society that we see this constant thing about boots on the ground. Anybody with a mental imbalance or an evil criminal heart is seen that as a red flag. Is seen that as a red flag. To do whatever it is they think that they should do or want to do, either in a drug trade, or some neighborhood fight, or some Fred Two Bad Runs decide to punch chest and fire gunshot in front of everybody like it's a joke. And that has never been condemned by the United Workers' Party. And if you really want to know a little more, all these marches about sexual offenses against children, I haven't heard of one for this child.
None
for this child. I have heard no one call for the immediate, when the fellow was alive, for him to bring the child back. Instead, they were feeding into this garbage from his mother that the child was taken for comfort and would be fed because he has pots and pans. The United Workers' Party are a shameless bunch of fellas. This is now the girl's 12th day missing. No one has called for volunteers to go in the bush from the United Workers' Party. None. And this must be the only place in the world where an abductor with a history of violence and who used as a cutlass against the child's stepfather is being seen as a hero, and the child just being placed aside on the shelf of history. I mean, I find that sickening to the core. I don't know how that fits. I don't know how that fits with the majority of our supporters. But that strikes me in my gut that the one innocent person out there is being disregarded by the United Workers' Party and placed in the history of the unknown. Because it suits their image. They're always there for the gangster. They're always there for the unlawful behavior, for the misconduct. Because they think they can do it with impunity, so the rest of the society should have the same license to break the law. That's how I see it, and it is. And you know what is shocking? I haven't heard any condemnation from the church, from the trade unions, from civil society, from the private sector, condemning the behavior of those who encourage and praise the man as a hero with this innocent child. But you know, you asked a question, or somebody asked you a question the other day, this morning, sorry. What would make them say something different? What would make them not praise the abductor, but show concern and alarm and emotion for the victim? You know what the answer is? If it was their child, if it was their daughter in the bush or their son in the bush, they would be singing a different song. These people are sickening hypocrites. You want to tell me if Linton's daughter was in the bush, or IP's children were in the bush, or Gabriel Christian or Irvin Andrea, one of them children or grandchildren was abducted at cutlass point or gun point, they would be saying the crap they're saying on the radio?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that would change. It's like the United States when somebody says, unless the children of a Republican senator or House of Representatives child gets slaughtered in another school shooting, they will never change. And I'm not suggesting to anybody to kidnap anybody's thing. I am merely saying, in my mind, the only thing that would change these hypocrites from braying on the radio morning, noon, and night about this heroism and this victimization is if one of their children or grandchildren was the victim. That's the only way they will stop. And I would like to ask your listeners and the callers, do you think Linton's position would be the same if it was his granddaughter or daughter out in the bush with a man armed with a cutlass? I want to ask if Matt Peltier's son or daughter or grandchild was in the bush held at gunpoint or by a cutlass by somebody who he has been told is mentally imbalanced, whether he would be singing the same song, whether he would be portraying the abductor of his granddaughter as a hero. Darryl, let me tell you something. These fellas are so vile and so stiff and so dehumanizing and so insensitive and so evil that they pose a real and present danger to our country. They are opening the gates, the doors for others to mimic this fella's madness and criminal conduct. So all a man has to do now is decide, boy, I have Lennox and them on my side. Let me go and take somebody's child in the bush as a matter of comfort. They will protect me. I'll be the victim. And when the police come and I attack them with a cutlass or a knife and they shoot me, I will be buried as a hero in Salisbury or Rosenau or in Marigot. They have opened the door for the kind of violence that we have been condemning on this radio program the last 14 days, 13 days. And they always open the door to criminal misconduct, except their own. But Darryl, let me tell you something. I am so absolutely fed up with these fellas, but I can't stop talking about it. And I will never stop. These guys encourage violence because it's not their children who are the victims of the violence. It is the same attitude that tells them to call young people getting assistance from the state as prostitutes and the elderly as beggars, and their constant statements about they are not going to get assistance for the people in their constituency because that's like going
to a fish
cap in
market.
hand or going to the fisherman mongers, the fisherman's market, the fishmonger's market. Or as Mayor Sanford said, don't come to us for help because you didn't give us the mandate for COVID. If you need any more evidence that these United Workers' Party are a gang of parasites who are there solely for self and not for the rest of the country, this incident with the girl cements it in my mind for me. They are a cabal of bandits, hypocrites, the lawless, the predators who are giving comfort to everybody who they think they can scratch an ounce of political support from. But if it was their child or their grandchild, they would not be saying the same thing. Lennox would be calling the Prime Minister every single bloody day for an update and tell him instead of 105, why don't you send 200 police to look for my granddaughter or my daughter? as for Matt Peltier, Matt Peltier's reputation is no better or worse than a retired whore who's suffering from syphilis or some sort of infectious disease. A completely dishonest intellectual man that has lost every fiber of respect for himself. So anyway, Daryl, unless you have a question to ask for me, I had to call, man, because I find this hypocrisy distasteful.
It is.
This insensitivity to the children of poor working class people. They keep proclaiming themselves as the champions of the poor and the champions of the black people and so on. And they turn their back on the child without even knowing where she is. Every single morning, Daryl, you're on the group chat, I ask, what has happened to the child? Has she been found? And I get the same answer, not yet Tony, not yet Essie. They're not even asking. Anyway, Bossman, have a good day and belated Father's
Thank
Day
you.
to you and to all the fathers, especially the responsible ones. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Senior Counsel, and same to you. Thank you, Senior Counsel, and same to you.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy, dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy bubble, laundry service on the hustle, washing, drying, folding service, washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies Zone, cribs and toys, come on daddy, bring the bag. Dirty stains from wine and malts, come on man, it's not your fault. Busy bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, man. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want.
Win big with Flow. iPads, smartphones, staycations, breakfast fed tickets, data, and over $15,000 in cash. Activate a 3, 7, or 30-day prepaid combo plan. Pay up your bill. Switch to Flow. Bundle up for your chance to win every day.
Bundle, yeah. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, man. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Look at the place covered. Do what you want. Watch what you want.
Bundle now and get a smartphone for free. Switch now.
.45 is the morning time. Let's go back to the overseas line. On the overseas line, good morning.
Comrade, good morning to you. How
Good
are you?
morning. I'm good.
Belated happy Father's Day to you and to all of your listeners.
Thanks, bro. Same to you.
Your program.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. And so I want to just say good morning again once again to everybody. Daryl, I appreciate, first of all, your intolerance for nonsense, for certain words I want to use, but I'm on radio. You cut me off.
Mm-hmm.
But it says, Daryl, that this is the kind of, when you're on radio, when you're on set, when you have a mic, and thousands, if not millions of people listen to you around the world. That is the kind of attitude that you must have, because people expect, the average decent citizen and listener expect you to have intolerance for nonsense and garbage and things that should not even be said or played on the airwaves. And I want to commend you this morning for that.
Thank you.
Some may criticize you, some may not like you, some may love you. It doesn't matter at this point. Daryl, I don't know where to start. Actually, don't know, because you start up this morning and when you start up in your deliberation this morning, you spoke about the other side talking about or is concerned about the length, if the length of the cutlass is accurate, and whether it's 3 feet long or 2 feet long or 2.5. Why is that even? Why is that even a concern?
Why is this even something to think about? Yes.
Every day I am baffled, and one may say, but you fallen below your expectation. But you expect at one point, for some good reason, in the crevices of somebody's mind, that common sense, Darren, should and will prevail. And when you don't get it, you usually you drop, because how you been thinking about a guy that the whole community of Warner and Bells and Layu Park been complaining about. That when they said they called the police and the police ignored their calls to pick up the guy because of his violent act and behavior. I have listened to people say that they have to close their doors as soon as the sun sets. They got to take the children to the bus stops and make sure that the children board these buses before they leave to go to work. And people will come and call on the radio and try to make this man a hero or a martyr. But I'm not surprised by the likes of Matt Peltier and Leonard Clinton, because they have made Richard a hero, a renowned criminal. So they have a track record, Daryl, for piling around and hugging and supporting everything that is not good. Everything. And so we are concerned about a young girl, 12 years old. Daryl, if I leave my 12-year or 16-year-old in the house, high day, with gates all around the house, with dogs in the yard, with all the doors locked, they're still scared. High day, in a house, secure. You imagine a 12-year-old somewhere in a forest or somewhere around, cannot see nobody, cannot relate to nobody. We don't know if she's eating, if she's drinking. And our concern, Daryl, should be about that little girl. And we're talking about the length of a cutlass? I mean...
a cutlass, the cutlass that was probably used to assault the adopted father?
Almost kill a man. Almost kill. I mean, where are we going, Daryl? What is this? What is this people brains all about? What are they trying to accomplish? It cannot be political aspiration. It cannot be that. Because politics, as senior minister said, that is not the way you go into politics. You go into community and you tell people about your plans, and you talk to people, you be nice to people, you be gentle, you don't walk the place boo-way, your face long, your mouth long. That is not how you capture the hearts and minds of people politically. So if that's what you're trying to use this situation, a situation that the whole world, whether they are Dominicans or not, I have non-Dominicans who have called me on a consistent basis. They Paul, did you guys got the girl? Is she back home?
Comrade,
Dominicans, Daryl.
Comrade, let me tell you something. I have some colleagues in the region, in Antigua, in St. Lucia, who I have to update every day. Every afternoon, I have to send an update as to what is going on. So I understand these are not Dominicans. But there are some people here who are concerned about a criminal, a man who took a child in the dead of night. You forget the child is out there, but you're concerned about, what is a 3-foot cutlass? Come on, man. Come on.
Give me a break. Give me a break, man. And it's to tell you what but Darren, Leonard Clinton and the UWP cannot do better. They are buried in the cesspool of lies and delusions. They are buried in the cesspool of misinformation. They are fooling themselves. They lie to themselves. They lie about themselves. They are as we say, in a cesspool, in a garbage bin, and they can't get out. They just can't, because they're so hungry for political power, Daryl. They're so hungry. They're salivating, and anything, by any means necessary, as they usually say, they will try to get in there. And that is the problem. I want to make a point here with these hypocrites on the UWP side, whether it's Lennox Linton, whether it's Sam Christian, whether it's Gabriel Christian, all of them, the same Roosevelt Carey, the Prime Minister of Dominica, that they've been criticizing. They've been trying to denigrate Daryl. All of them, including Earl, they know how to call and how to try to meet the Prime Minister by night, like Nicodemus, because they don't want people to see them, so they try to either call or try to make appointments for late when nobody could see them, because but you know, Roosevelt Carey is just a good person. And regardless to sometimes, Daryl, how they ill talk him and try and slice him up, Daryl. Roosevelt Carey, the Prime Minister and the Reverend President of Dominica, still have a heart of gold. And he always reach out. He reach out regardless to what, because he realized and he understands that he's not the Prime Minister for only labor rights. He's the Prime Minister for Dominicans, and he reached out, Daryl. I don't know where I know he comes from Vickers, but he has a heart that is so huge. And those suckers on the other side, those blood suckers, they are shameless. They have no moral fortitude. So they will cut you in the day and try to ask you for favors by night. This is the kind of people, this is the kind of morons that we are dealing with in the persons and in the organization of the UWP. So, my dear friend, we have our job cut out for us. We still have to go back, and we got to continue to look for that child. But that way, we cannot just ignore the utterances of the leader of the opposition. Daryl, the reason why so many people are heading down the wrong direction, and the 16,000 people voted for this paper, is because of the leader of the opposition, because he does not condemn nothing. For a matter of fact, his track record shows that he has no sympathy, empathy, nothing for people. You incident with the boy in Maho, the incident with the man on his roof, the incident with the guy, Daryl, at the funeral home that was trying to get his attention. And when the guy called him on Matt Show, he said he didn't come to the funeral to talk to people. What kind of person is this? Daryl, I get a little bit hot. Yeah, but you know, it is mind-boggling, my dear friend, and I understand, you know, when I listened to you this morning, you know, I had things to do, but I had to cut it off because I have to lend my voice with yours and with senior minister and senior council, with Donnie and all those that call Rivernica, everybody, because we got to continue to condemn the ruthless behavior of the UWP. These guys are up to no good. They have no interest in nobody. They don't care about whether the country go up or it come down, whether it die or it survive. All they're looking to do is to get into power. And Daryl, this is not the way to get into power. There's a way. And these guys' heads are so hard. They are so lost in their ignorance. They are so lost in their ignorance that they'll continue to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect to get a different result. And that is so sad. Daryl, before I leave, please permit me to just read this for you real quick, and then I can exit. It says, Daryl, and I quote, "It is unusually futile. It is unusually futile to try to talk facts to people who are enjoying a sense of moral superiority in their ignorance." Daryl, on this quote, I want to tell you, have a good morning.
My friend, you have a very good morning. 9:57 is the morning time. We're about to wrap up the hang here this morning. And once again, it is Monday. We are praying that the day will not end before we hear some good news about the return of this dear child. Let us hope. Let us pray. On the overseas line, good morning. Not a lot of time left, but go ahead. Yes, go ahead. I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. I'm praying to God that they find this child alive. And I hope they don't send her back to this home. That is what I'm praying for.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
All right, my friend. You have a very good morning. Let's take this final call on the local line. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Daryl. It's me again. What I keep wondering to myself from since that saga started, common entrance is a very important part in a child who goes to primary school. She must have been preparing, looking forward, and from what I understood, she's a very intelligent child. And this week was supposed to be an exam. And I find that it's very strange that if she was abducted from her home 2 weeks before, I want to know if there is more to it than that.
Well,
but I find that very strange that this young lady, looking to a promising future, was abducted from right in her home from her bed just before that. And this week she's supposed to be doing an exam. Thank you.
all right then. You have a good morning.
I feel pleased when I take a little ease. I'm a long hard day amber.
Bow, bow, bow. Power. Pull up power.
You're jamming with Kyrie FM.
This is what happens inside my headphones.
Happiness Station.